In today's episode of Tiffy Joe Travels, we will be discussing the medieval town of Rothenburg ob der Tauber. I probably didn't say that right at all, but it's the most adorable little medieval walled off town in Germany, in Bavaria, and you enter through these little like pedestrian doorways. They do have like gated areas that cars can fit through, but cars are not always permitted. As you can see, just the roads are extremely narrow. It wasn't designed with cars in mind. I had seen a picture of this town, and you'll actually see that at the end. And this one picture was my screensaver before I went to Germany. And I just knew I had to go to this little town. I didn't really know anything about it, but I wanted to just go see it. So this statue right here is actually a statue from an organ in St. Jacob's Church, which I thought was pretty cool. They have it enclosed in glass to protect it. And then I went over to St. Jacob's Church and walked around that. I didn't realize how much there was to see in this town until later on. I kind of want to do another trip later to see all the stuff I didn't see. I was only here for about, 6 hours. I walked up to the edge of town and took some pictures out there. And like I said, the whole town is got this medieval wall and these towers that were there for centuries. I want to say the 16th century maybe, to just protect that city. And then that's looking down into the Tauber Valley, which later on I walked down into. So this is walking into the castle gardens, and I walked out to the edge of the castle gardens and got some pictures there. Met a really lovely lady in the garden. She was so sweet. She stopped me to tell me that I had very beautiful eyes. There was, a little bit of translation issue. It took a minute for us to be able to understand each other, but super, super sweet older lady. I still remember just the way she looked to this day, and just to stop a stranger and say something like that was very meaningful to me, especially because as I was in this other country where I speak more German now than I did during my trip, and so just to have somebody communicate with me was so nice. And then I took a walk outside of the walls of the town and walked along the Tauber River. I didn't really know where I was going. I just kept walking to see where it would take me. And then when I came back into the town, I entered through a different side, saw this cute bridge, saw this other touristy group taking pictures there, and I'm like, oh, this must be important. So I got some photos there, and then as you can see, back in the town, just I couldn't get over how gorgeous it was. And this house, timbered house, you can see the spacing in between the houses. That was to protect against fire, because when you have these timbered houses, it's easy for fires to spread. And then St. Jacob's Kirche, super pretty church, gorgeous statues. And then this was the town center, the market square and town hall. When I was there, the town hall was under construction, so they had that facade on the outside so it didn't look under construction. And then obviously I went to the Christmas market while I was there, and I got my Rothenburg mug, and they were filming stuff for the news at the market while I was there. Like, one of my photos has the reporter on camera. I think I was able to edit her out But this is one of the walls that goes around the whole town, which was pretty cool. Like I could look off to the right and see just like people living their everyday lives. And then you look through the left and there's all these little, like, not a window, but a window for all other names at this point, where they would probably shoot like what, bows and arrows to protect the town. And then I kept walking along. There's all these different towers there, watchtowers. And then I found it. I'm probably going to butcher this. Plonline. Um, Super photographed spot. I don't know why everybody loves that spot. I mean, it's gorgeous, but I was so happy when I found it. I had no clue what it was called. I didn't even know where I was going. I just walked around until I located it and was like, oh my gosh, I'm taking a picture in front of this thing that has been my screensaver. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.